Welcome to the Kayla Lee Show. We're about to leave behind those old school beliefs and those low vibe limitations that lead you to exhaustion and to burnout as you grow your business. Together, we will explore how you can 2x your revenue in the next 90 days, how you can reclaim back 10 plus hours of your week, how you can rapidly create a multi-6-figure business or a 7-figure business in less than 12 months. I'm so excited to have Toni on the potty today, ladies, because Toni has taken her business to her first $20,000 quarter in the first 12 months of her business. So she went from $3,980 on a month to $7,487 in the first 90 days of joining expansion. She then proceeded to reach $6,622 the following month, and in the first quarter reached a $20,000 in business, which is freaking incredible. And I'm so excited to have her on the podcast because it's going to be incredible as I share my story on the podcast and we share Toni's story. We're going to lean into the complete polarities in how you can rapidly grow your business when you have the strategies and the systems and the automations in place to rapidly grow your business and collapse time. My story, as you know, it's taken me like 6+ years to reach the goals that Toni has achieved in 12 months. So I'm super excited to have her on the podcast and share her story with you. Welcome. So before we get started, beautiful, I wanted to ask you, what is your number one hack to balancing motherhood and powerhouse business?
I think it's been all the systems and strategies that you've helped me put into place. It's given me a lot more time with my family. So yeah, the Dubsado setup has been a lifesaver.
That is amazing. That is amazing. How do you go managing your motherhood routine as well as, intertwining your business, your powerhouse business? How do you go with balancing?
Yeah, so I guess in the aspect of like emails and inquiries and all that kind of stuff, like I can literally just, sit on the couch while they're playing and do it on my phone in like 2 minutes because it's so easy now. In terms of, like other aspects of the business, like social media and stuff like that, I try and do it when they're at school and daycare and stuff like that. But yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. Such a powerhouse. So excited to have you here. So we're going to dive into a few more questions that I have for you because I really want to help everybody understand your story so they can see themselves in your story and see what's available to them. You're going to be like the beacon of light for all of the powerhouse women who desire to have literally it all, and that where they're at in their stage of business was a space where they don't believe it's available to them, or they don't believe it's possible for them, or they don't have the confidence to achieve this level of growth that you've created in your business. And I really do think that your story is going to be a really powerful story to share, so other women in our industry can also tap into the powerhouse moves that you've made in the last 6 to 8 months. All right, gorgeous. So when did you launch your business and what were your biggest challenges before joining expansion?
Yep. So I launched my business in April last year. So pretty much 12 months exactly. And the biggest challenges I had before expansion was, I guess, time management and confidence. So I was lacking the time to get everything done that I needed to do. And I was really lacking confidence in just, progressing with my business and the abilities and my skills and stuff like that. So you've really helped me grow to have that confidence to just keep pushing and keep pushing towards those goals that I'm setting for myself.
Oh, I love that. What a vibe. What a vibe. I love that so much. And what growth did you experience in expansion that you weren't expecting?
So I didn't realize my lack of confidence before coming into expansion. And so I guess that's probably been one of the biggest things is the confidence. And I guess just, like all the branding and everything else. So yeah.
With your confidence, did you find that you weren't, before you started expansion or even before you started your, personal growth development, did you realize that confidence was quite literally one of the biggest things that hold us back in business, in terms of like, if you don't believe that you have the confidence, or that if you don't have the confidence that it's available to you, or you don't have the confidence that it's possible for you, then you won't even do the next step. Do you know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
you won't even like take the next step. So perhaps like, for example, how much you've grown in expansion in terms of like now, even, wanting to lead into education and creating those next steps to leading into education. Would that have been something that you would vision in the next 12 months had you not joined expansion? Or do you believe that like your confidence that has come from all of that you've created in your business right now has helped you to see that you have so much more available to you and you can do it? Like you absolutely can lead into education and you'll be successful at it.
Absolutely. I didn't have that vision at all. So when I first started my business, it was supposed to just be like a little bit of a side gig because, I've got 3 kids and I didn't want to do the 9 to 5 in the salon anymore. So I was just looking for other alternatives and thought, hey, that's great. Like I can do the occasional bridal party on the weekend and I'm not missing out too much time with my family. So that's how it started. It was supposed to just be a side gig. And then once I joined expansion, I was like, okay, like I was getting really busy. I'll just keep running with this, keep growing, keep going. And then my mind just never switches off. I'm like, what can I do now? What can I do now to keep furthering myself and my business? So I'm putting myself out there. I'm doing expos. I'm doing all the social media. I'm, like you said, I'm about to launch some education. So it terrifies me, but I just want to keep pushing those boundaries and seeing what I am capable of.
Oh, that gives me goosebumps. I love that so much because on the other side of that terrified, anxious, huge, ginormous monster of fear is like so much more growth. And we don't grow unless we expand outside of our comfort and safety zone. So I'm super excited, beautiful. I know you're going to do incredible.
Thanks. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without expansion. Like I didn't realize what was possible. So
Oh,
thank you.
thank you, beautiful. I feel like this is a beautiful love moment. I'd love to know, gorgeous, share about your visions and your ambitions for the next 12 months. So we've already spoken a little bit like about your education, but what do you vision in your education? What do you vision for your bridal business? Are you looking into expanding your team? Are you looking into expanding into courses, or is it like a one-on-one masterclass workshops? Like what do you vision in the next 12 months?
Yeah, so I think right now I'm still just focusing on the branding and growing my social media and stuff like that. In terms of the education, I'm going to launch one-on-one and workshops. Yeah.
That is exciting. How are you feeling right now? What are the limitations that are coming up for you?
Look, I guess I feel pretty nervous, especially like, with my first expo coming up. I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna be able to pull this off? But I know that I can. So it's just that I think that everyone needs to realize that we always have those limiting beliefs and self-doubts. It's just a matter of being able to not listen to the voices telling you that you can't do it and just push through it and, like fake it till you make it, right? Like yeah, it's and you also want to work smarter, not harder. This is working smarter and earning you more money without being in the salon, 9 to 5, working on the minimum wage, because we all know that hairdressers get the minimum wage. So it's just finding that alternative and pushing yourself and growing yourself to get to where you want to be. So working smarter, not harder.
Love that. I love that. And that's absolutely true. Like all the systems that you've set up in your Dubsado will enable your business to continue growing. So you do have the time to invest into your bridal, but also your education, your one-on-one and your workshops. So that's incredible. I love it. And that's truly, honestly, like the pinnacle moment for me in my business was implementing the systems. So I had the time to then further grow and expand my business and create 2 multi-6-figure businesses in like 24 months. So that's incredible. And I love, love, love that. And I do absolutely agree. Like, as you know, I'm very passionate about the mindset and the power of our mind. And when we do give into that little devil on our shoulder and we give into like that fear and doubt, and it actually stops us, contracts us, and limits us, and then we don't even reach our greatest potential. And imagine if you never took the leap into expansion, where would you think that you would be now? Like where do you think that you would be?
I'd probably still just be potting along. Like, yeah.
And now you're a powerhouse. Your powerhouse, the world would never know your powerhouse. Okay, no, I'm not taking the credibility away. What I'm saying is that like I loved helping you to ignite your spark that was already inside of you and really help to expand what is available and possible for you. So I'm really just celebrating you all day, every day.
Thank you.
I love that. What other advice would you give to yourself or someone else who was in the same position as you 6 months ago?
Yeah, so just keep pushing. Like we can all settle in that phase and just keep potting along. But you always want to keep setting goals and keep pushing higher and higher for yourself and your business, because that's the only way that you're going to succeed. If you just stay at that level that you're comfortable in, it's not going to get any further and progress for you. So just keep pushing the limits. I've met so many women that are, just stopped or too scared to post on their social media because we are too busy comparing ourselves to everyone else and the unrealistic edited images that are out there. My advice is to just keep going, keep posting them. It may not be perfect, but there is someone out there for everyone, and someone loves what you are doing right now. So just keep going, keep building, keep growing, and you can do it.
Oh my God, Tony. I could cry. I'm like reminiscing on the powerhouse that's coming out in you right now. I know this is one thing that you're very passionate about, because when you first joined Expansion, that was one of your biggest challenges, was like having the confidence to jump on and, jump onto stories or jump on and share your content, because there was absolutely that level of judgment or like comparison between all of those incredible, like polished, the photos, like I can see it
the
in my mind. Yeah.
the ones that have loads of hair extensions and have taken hours and hours to create. Yeah.
And the bride shows you and she's like, replicate this, please. And you're like, yeah,
Mm,
where's your two sets of extensions?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I love that. And I love that you've shared that story, because honestly, that's one of the biggest challenges that I see in most of the women that are joining Expansion, and most of the conversations that I'm having, is that when we lack that confidence in business, we also lack that confidence in our social media, and we lack that confidence to like show up and share our authentic self on our social media. Yet right now, when we're marketing to this generation, everybody wants to build a connection, and they want to build that like connection to your values and who you are and your authenticity. And it's like, well, if you can't show up and share that, then you're already, there's like a bridge or a gap, sorry, between you and where your dream client is. And the more you show you and who you are, the more you'll attract more of your dream soul aligned clients. So I love that. I love that you've shared that.
It,
Do
it's
you
important to show yourself. Yes, absolutely. Because I find myself that when I'm buying, that I'm going through their social media trying to find a photo of them. Like I know it's probably not, I don't know what the word is. I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I want to see who I'm buying from. I want to see who is going to be doing that service for me. I want to know that we vibe and that we get along. So you definitely have to put yourself on there. And that's why stories are amazing as well, because they're only on there for 24 hours. So even if you don't love it, it's gone after 24 hours. So
save it to
just
your
just
highlight?
just keep going. Yeah.
I know. I think the best thing that ever happened to me was having babies, because it made me like reduce the level of overthinking that I used to have when it came to social media. I would sit there and constantly like second guess myself, second guess my images, second guess everything. And then when I had babies, it was like, I don't have time for this. And so when I'm on Instagram stories, I'm like, I need to get this message out. It's a very good message. It's a potent message. It's a powerful message. 30 seconds, boom, done. And I literally just send it off. Because I don't have time to sit there and second guess it. But if you think about how much time you spend second guessing all of your content, and how much more powerful your Instagram would be if you didn't second guess it and you just kept sending it out to the universe. So I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, beautiful.
You're welcome.
Okay, so to wrap everything up in today's conversation, I would love to know, what is the legacy that you want to leave behind for your babies? What do you want them to learn from you as a mama and as the powerhouse that you are?
I guess I just want them to be proud of me. And I can tell you right now that my son, he's already like my biggest fan. So he's every day, Mum, how many followers have you got today? Mum, show me how many followers have you got? He even told me the other day that he was in the classroom, going around the classroom and showing everyone my website and the teacher. And they're all going, no, that's not your mum. And he's like, yes, it is. That's my mum. So I know that he's proud of me, but I'm trying to also, teach him that you've just got to do what makes you happy. So he was at school the other day and he's come home saying that they were learning about careers and different career paths and what they want to be when they grow up. So my son's come home and he's jumping on my phone going, Mum, I need to Google something. And he's Googling the top 10 highest paying jobs in Australia. And then he's trying to pick a job. So he's not dumb. He's quite smart, actually. He's like, he knows the cost of living is just a lot and you need to have a higher income. So he's trying to limit himself to choosing a career that's in the top 10. And I'm saying to him, look, don't pick something just because it's a higher income. You need to pick something that you are going to enjoy doing, that you love doing. And it doesn't matter what the income is, what the wage is for that job, because once you've mastered that, you can make it your own. You can have your own business. You can open anything, any studio or business or anything, and then have staff working for you and just build from there. So it doesn't matter what you do, you make it your own and you will be able to make it profitable. So just trying to teach him that he's not limited to his options. He's quite capable of doing anything he wants to and still live comfortably.
Yes, that is amazing. Because I mean, let's be honest, how many times did you have a conversation with people who were like, you're just a hairdresser, or you're just a makeup artist, or there's no money in hair, or there's no, oh, you're working in a salon. And it's like the most deflating story.
Absolutely. Or the question I get asked a lot is, so what else do you do?
Oh,
What do you do during the week?
just
Well,
powerhouse empire, actually. What have
yeah,
you been up to?
that's right.
Yes,
I
that
don't
is
need
my
to be doing
website.
anything else. This is my full-time gig. Like,
Oh my God, the audacity. Like, honestly, would you
yeah.
say that to somebody who was a doctor? Like, I know I'm very strong on this. This is one of my biggest, I want to say the word hate, but it's my podcast, who cares? Hate for people who have that assumption that, the bridal industry can't make money. They're not like that, there's no money in bridal, which is an absolute bullshit. And
Yeah.
there's no money in hair or makeup, but everything that you shared with your son is quite literally the truth. Because if you look at like what we've created in our own businesses, would you have ever been able to create that if you were working in the salon, or if you were working in retail, if you were working in accounting, if you were working in an office? Would you ever be able to make a 20K quarter working the hours that you currently do?
No, no. I'm working less and making more than I ever have in my life. Yeah.
And so you're going to be the perfect example, leaving that legacy behind for your babies, because quite literally you are the proof that they need to see that they don't have to look for the highest paid jobs to be successful. They can quite literally do anything they want. And that's what the magic is. That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Kayla Lee Show, beautiful. I've absolutely loved having you here.
Thanks for having me.
And if anybody wants to casually stalk you, where can they find you?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram. It's Blushing Bridal Hair.
Beautiful. Love. I'll tag your Instagram below in the show notes for you, gorgeous. But thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me today, gorgeous. If you're loving this episode, it would mean the absolute world to me if you could take a screenshot, share and tag me in all of your socials. I love seeing this podcast reach as many ears because I want to help so many women access more time, more revenue, more growth in their business without sacrifice. This is my absolute goal for this podcast. So don't forget to hit subscribe or follow and leave an epic 5-star review, because for every review, you will receive free access to my Ignite Master course, which was worth $2,991. So Ignite was a 3-hour business growth conversation to help you overcome your challenges, accelerate your business, and implement strategies that will help you to access more revenue, more time, and more growth, and help you to create the lifestyle and business of your dreams in the next 12 months. For every review, I will send you through access for Ignite Master Course. This is insanely epic. So once you've left your review, send me a DM with the word Ignite, and I'll send you through your discount code so you can access Ignite for free, gorgeous. Thank you so much for joining me, and I shall see you in the next episode.